Good day, everybody. Still here. Daily Market Pulse. Wednesday, April 16th, day after tax day. All right, so markets higher still. Again, lower volume, however. Volume fell enough anyway. Yesterday was a higher volume day. Today, lower volume day. Markets are still up anyway. Uh, Attempt for a rally continues here. We still remain in a correction, in my opinion. All right, so Dow Jones. Let's take a look. Let us do this here. That. So they're a pretty good move here. Over the 20 now at this point, over the 8 moving average as well. Room still to 16.6. Almost at this point overbought. So decent move, reasonable, following a bull sash. We're still waiting in the balance. S&P, same thing, good move, rising window, up and over the 20 as well. Room to 1880, 1885-ish, right through here. Reasonable move here, of course, as well. Again, still in the channel. Ultimately, still needs to get over 1880, 1885 area. NASDAQ. Decent bounce here following the doji yesterday. It's still lagging everything else, but it's right at the 8 moving average. Room still to 1470, 1472, maybe 4200, but essentially 1460 to 1475. Reasonable. Bounced off the 200. Still below the original channel, however. TSX has a really good move. This was the original high. I'm going to move this blue line over here now. This is really where we need to be looking, and that's essentially where it is now. So it's right at the highs now, and sideways still above a rising 50. Looks good still for the TSX. DAX. So a little bit of a bounce here following a decline. We thought the target would be down below here at 99,000, but essentially did a little bit of a bounce, but still below the polarity area of 9,400 for the time being. 98, of course, the ultimate on the long side, if it ever can get through there. US dollar, Canadian dollar, also showing a little bit of a bounce. 109 was a little bit of the polarity change, essentially a crack and snap of sorts. And then 110 on up through here. All the way up to 112, 112 and a half approximately. The euro, I don't think we've done this one in a while. Probably best to look at it. Big rise. Starts to slow down. Doji essentially pulls back into support where the crossover was. That's the polarity. Holding for the time being above the moving averages. Still looking for a target above 139.50. Treasuries, of course, there's been a little bit of a shift here, right? And essentially what we have seen is the treasuries go higher, markets go higher simultaneously. A little odd high yesterday. New high yesterday, and then it closed down a little bit. But 135 was the original target, so it remains between 134 and 135. The original two targets we had on the way up, still above the 8 moving average, 20 as well, 50 as well. So something's going to have to give. One of these treasuries or markets have got to let loose here. So who's it going to be? Who's going to blink first? Japanese yen. There's the range that it's currently in. Came all the way to the top, paused, pulled back into the moving averages. Of course, going to always come back down to the 96 area, 96.50 to 96 and a quarter. But look what it did last time. It went sideways, then dropped. So maybe it does the same thing again. Don't know. We have to wait and find out. Gold. Remember, yesterday was a big, huge drop. It has paused essentially right on the 200-day moving average. Still looking for more upside, I believe, in gold. Silver, I'll pass for the time being. Let's go to crude. Sideways for a whole week now. It came up into the 103 and then 104.50 targets. It's stuck in between there right now. Look at the doji from today. Still looking for more upside. The 20s rising, the 50s rising, about to cross over a rising 200 as well. So looking for more strength, looking for, it's possible it pulls back quickly, but I'm still looking for a push actually from here on up to hold this 8 moving average at 103 and go higher through 105 and into 108, 110. Let's see if they can accomplish that at all. We haven't looked at natural gas in a little bit, so let's look at that. After the big move to the upside, it has just simply come all the way back down, gone sideways, holding what is that, 4.25, and now bouncing into originally like 475, now about 4.5 now, and maybe looking for kind of a roundedness, a rounded bottom of some sort, going back into the window up here at 5.25. Next, let's look at small caps. Just like we saw everywhere else, declining channel within a uprising channel. There's the bottom 200. It holds the pivot area as well. Doji or spinning top yesterday. And then a push up through 111.50 to 112, still below the moving average, with room into 115.25 to 116 approximately. And the VIX faded today with the markets going up, especially on a rising window. This dropped on a falling window back toward the moving averages. Still remains above the last little pivot area at 1350 or so. Room, of course, to 13 or 1250, but we'll see if they can hold these levels here or not. Maybe they drop into that blue shaded area. The lows here near 1375 and then bounce from there. Markets at some point, I believe, still have to go lower. We'll have to see if that's still the thesis that I believe will occur.